Welcome everyone to the the Iwi double knockout grand final between Bargoff and Nasta. Very exciting to have this grand final be able to be shared with everyone. I think it's awesome to see some high quality wingspan. I am Plexa, hello, and with me is Boat Nemo.
Hey there, it's good to be here.
And,
IDK how this is going to turn out, but I'm excited to find out.
Yeah, this is just going to be a straight best of 3 for the championship, so everything to play for. Bargoff is coming in from the lower bracket. This was a cool tournament. It had an upper and lower bracket. Bargoff's come through the lower bracket. Nasta made it all the way through the top, and now they got to duke it out for all the marbles. So I'll tell the players that they can get started.
Let's do it.
And I'll mute them both. All the best. Where is my button to do that? There we go.
So, there you
go. All right. So Nasta has sent, and well, that is a fun starting hand.
That is something. I almost wonder. You could almost keep everything there.
You genuinely could. I mean, you got to keep the Iora. That's obviously sticking out to you. Like the ability to get eggs from your forest is pretty crazy good. And the lack of draw power is a little bit concerning. I've had some really good success with the Black-necked Oriole. It's kind of a aggressively mediocre bird, but it kind of fills the job of just doing more stuff. So pretty okay for round 1, 2, maybe even 3. But it looks like she just wants to keep the Whooping Crane, which honestly, fair enough. It's a very easy to play bird. It will limit that Iora a little bit because it's only got 1 egg capacity. So that's she's gonna have to find another complementary bird for that. But that shouldn't be too difficult, I imagine. Play the Iora, take food, play Whooping Crane. Iora, Whooping Crane, food, lay the egg. And you've got some food to do the tray resets. And ooh, Bargoff's got some fun stuff. What do you think of Bargoff's hand?
Obviously, the Wagtail is really lovely, but without really strong draw power, unless you lean into that Sinister Spotted Dove. It's just such a wild card. But I think with the Wagtail, it might give you just enough of an advantage if you're struggling for cards, because cards are so important to make those Wagtail play another bird powers really shine.
Absolutely. It looks like Count Raggy is going to get the nod here, trying to get that extra food, because as much of extra cards are useful for Wagtail, you also need extra food. Like, it's a very resource hungry bird, but a very powerful bird nonetheless. Like, you can build an entire game plan around it. I'm a little surprised to not see the little grebe taken. I think that bird's a little bit underrated. It's a lot better in the duet mode where you can just lay an egg for free, but that would be a semi-reliable source of draw power. It does require a bit of setup, and maybe that's putting Bargoff off for the time being. You could slam this white wagtail into the wetlands to give you some moderate draw power.
Yeah. The other thing I like doing when I don't have great draw power is to keep other things that are good in your starting hand, like the greater prairie chicken. I mean, that's a bird that you would love to get anytime in the mid to late game. But without really strong draw power, I would keep it. You've got the food, you get the Count Roggies down, the bird of paradise, so.
Yeah, it's certainly tempting. I mean, white wagtail wants to be playing these kinds of birds, right? Like the prairie chicken is, like, if you are going to draw up a list of birds that you want to be playing with the wagtail, it's those bonus birds, right? They're typically pretty good to play. Not to be today, and kept a falconer as well, so I'm always a bit scared taking like these falconer, omnivore, food web kind of bonus cards without good draw power and without any support in hand, but we'll see how it pans out. So stubble quail, first pickup, so that's definitely going to give some egg capacity.
You know, I saw Bargoff kind of eyeing it in his stream display, and it seems like it was a hot commodity that Nasta jumped on, and she seems to really want that.
I mean, it's so good for the end of round, right? It's just, not only are you going to remove any limitations on eggs that you might have for the rest of the game, you also probably are winning this end of round if you can lay even 4 eggs on this bird. So, pretty nice. We just see a modest food turn. Not the greatest feeder in the world there, but, you know, food's food.
Yeah. It also kind of softens the blow of grabbing from the tray first. Like it's not like you're missing
Well,
out on anything.
the problem here is that we weren't able to draw a second worm or a nectar for the wagtail, so that might have to force this down if you want to start drawing, or just it doesn't even feel good gambling off the top of the deck at this point.
Yeah. Speaking of food web expert, you've
Yeah,
spoken it into
I've
existence.
manifested into existence. Both bonus cards are kind of okay here. I mean, I probably would have got lent with large bird, but you can't complain about food web,
Agreed.
right? I mean, you've got
Yeah.
Iora already. It's already 2 points.
Yeah, that is the safe move when you already have one. But I feel like overall, oh no nectars again. But there's bugs, so
Yeah, at least gonna be able to
cherries
get
are
down
gonna be
this
feeding us double
this
quail.
wagtail. I can't help but feel like these extra fruit going to Nasta are just like really gonna help her out. Like Bargoff surely knows she has double quail, and every one of those fruit is a oh wow, what a flip! Every one of those fruits can be an egg on this double quail, and yeah, well, this is I mean, you love to see Bush it. I don't know if she has the food to feed it. Sorry, the cards to feed it. Sorry, but I mean, it's such a powerful bird. I think she'll find a way.
I wonder if it just goes in the wetlands, and that way you
Yeah,
can kind of
exactly.
span your wetlands a little bit. And some more pretty decent cards are coming, but neither player can really feed the Satyr Tragopan, which is a bird that I love to play. I think it's really great tempo.
Yeah, I
And
agree. I think Satyr Tragopan's amazing. But you're right. Like these birds really enjoy having surplus cards in hand. So, I mean, it's tough. Can you even contend with leaving these birds in tray? Nasta going for the Godwit over the Tragopan. That's interesting. I would have thought to deny it. I mean, I guess White Wagtail's not so formidable. But you know your opponent
well,
is. Go ahead.
if Bargoff is giving Nasta cards, that's just gonna feed the bush tit.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe it's got
Yeah, it's
a
actually a good
bait.
point.
It's a trap.
Yeah. Well, I think Nasta's certainly got some decisions to make here. Like, what do you want to do about this double quail? Do you want to play it this round? Do you want to take food and play the bush tit instead? Because taking food, lay egg on the whooping crane, play the bush tit, draw some cards. You at least qualify for the end of round if you do that. Some really big decisions actually right now. Like, I think she's got a lot to think about.
Yeah, I almost wonder if no clutch nest goes down on Bargoff's board, Nasta could
Ooh.
probably get away with just the one egg on the whooping crane for this end of round.
I did not expect the Lazuli bunting pickup. That is something you don't see all that often at this level. But it could work really well this game.
I
to
think
power
it's
up that
a
grasslands.
desperate move. Yeah, desperate move for egg access. You only need to do it 4 times a game. Your opponent already has eggs.
Yeah,
I
you've
see
got the food for it.
And no longer giving berries away, it seems. Thinking about it, maybe. But I think that's right.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to. I think you can do bunting, eggs, and then play this coot with the free player bird with the wagtail. That's not a bad round one. You've got something going. You're certainly not totally unhappy as a wagtail player. You do want to see a monster tray, but we still got to wait to see that. We've got to see what that is. And it looks like Nasa's going to go for this double quail route. The probably safer play for at least securing the end of round. I'm a little surprised that you went with this double quail so early. I think you could have maybe even spent a turn taking food just to make that action a little stronger. But yeah, because now I'm not sure what she's going to do on this turn. Like, is she going to draw or is she going to take food? I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I think that is interesting. They also might have wanted to have more egg spots for the Iora and just get more food because they've got cards to play. They really just need food.
No, I keep missing it. This whooping crane already has an egg on it.
Yeah. Okay, so we're getting cards.
That does make sense.
Okay. All right. So that is the limiting factor here for Nasta is she really needs food. She really needs a food bird. Almost would have taken that Coppersmith Barbet. That wouldn't have been bad.
I mean, she does get to take a look at a fresh tray in the next round. I think Coppersmith Barbet doesn't really excite you. I think if you have no other options, sure, you'll
But
take it.
yeah, there's a lot of bugs in those food costs there, and maybe I just get desperate for.
I know Bargoff's going first. I've got the screens flipped in my head, and they're flipping in my brain.
We have a catbird.
I love catbird.
Not sure if there's anything great to pair it with, unless you start getting some full tuck type birds coming up.
Yeah. Getting rid of Wilson Snipe, I think that could go either way. For Wagtail, like if the extra card can be really helpful, but you know your opponent's struggling as well, so not super necessary. Wedge-tail Eagle, nice big point bird, really great for the third end of round as well. Puffin comes up, I mean, you've got to take that as Bargoff.
16.
Yeah,
absolutely take Puffin, but I'm interested why the Bronze Cuckoo was picked by Nasta, because...
Well, it's a 5-point play if she gets it down before Bargoff lays eggs this round. That's not bad.
You're totally
gets a little bit more tempo, very cheap. That's exactly what she needs right now, a couple cheap birds. Maybe she even plays it in the forest to gain access to the throw card slot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's totally fine. Now the Grackle as well. I mean, I think she's safe to leave it there because I think you can't really take that as Bargoff. I think you're stretching your wagtail a little bit too thin if you do that. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm almost wondering if a full tuck is in order. You've got Audune's Goal, you've got a catbird, you've got a Grackle, and an American Crow.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
she
that's
doesn't know about the cat.
Maybe I'd be forcing it. It's a little late to be doing it, but that would be a little bit wild to go into.
Yeah, with the wagtail already on the board, I mean, it's pretty tempting. If you could use the wagtail this round to get that set up ready for round 3 and then just hit that repeatedly, that could be, that's a 3, 4, 5 to 6 point engine that you can run for the rest of the game. That's not terrible.
Yeah, and you can still just take quick pit stops to get food and eggs as needed. I'd be tempted.
Counterpoint is you can't play Puffin.
Well, you'd lose out on the Puffin, but you make up for it in a single turn of activations. I'm not saying it's the right move, but I'm just...
Yeah, no, I get you. It's a tricky decision. I mean, even this American Crow.
Let's see if I'm prophetic here.
Yeah, taking the Grackle. Now, will it go into the wetlands? The next piece.
It could also do great to set up all those engine birds in the grasslands. You have options. Bargoff just got a whole bunch of good engine birds, and they have a catbird and a way to get cherries, to feed the expensive bird.
The main thing working against him right now is time, right? You have 3 turns left in this round, and then you're pretty much looking into score maxing as best you can, right? So, and to commit to like a full wetlands engine at this point does mean giving up on the wagtail, which is such a strong bird. It looks like he's going to take the approach of probably, I would imagine you play the Grackle somewhere, just as a way to use up these extra cards that are maybe not so useful to you. But it's very interesting. I think this is a very, very fun game.
Maybe a full tuck wouldn't be the right term for it. It would be a partial tuck, but...
Yeah, you'd have, like, I don't know, like you always hear that, like, with these wagtail games, you want to build out one really strong habitat and use that to kind of anchor everything else that you're doing. And I think it might be a bit like too late for Auto Skull, but something like Common Grackle in the wetlands, Wedge-tail Eagle, Atlantic Puffin, that sounds pretty okay. Oh, no, Grackle's just getting tossed immediately. Never mind.
It was a denied.
Yeah.
All right, well, not too prophetic, but that's all right.
Yeah. I'm surprised it wasn't Auto-win. I think if you're not playing Auto-win in the first 2 rounds, it's probably not going to score that well. Such a
Yeah,
in round 1, it's such a mega play, but round 3, it's like, you're gonna get like 3 tucks.
I agree. Yeah, unless you know you're going to be spamming. But they've got a long list of playable birds here. They've got some rodent birds, kill powers. Yep. So
there's some great birds in hand. I mean, this Wedge-tailed eagle is screaming out to be played. Yeah, we're not really checking it on Nasta in a while. Yeah.
Powers. Yeah.
Very multicolored board going on over here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Bargoff also hits Food Web. How did I forget that?
Right. That's what I was thinking earlier. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. And it looks like it's paying off right away. So
yeah, so that
really
will be 7-point bird.
Nasta's got some great birds to play, but a little limited on food. So
yeah, and not really able to use this bush tit either. I think a little bit. I'm not gonna say disappointed, but a little bit sad because we know that bush tit is such a fantastic bird, but maybe just not the game for it. Yeah. The hawk down on Bargoff. But bush tit is going into the game. Interesting.
It's going into those wetlands. Yeah. Man, this is where some of those new fan whatever, the ones that let you tuck and gain food that are not in your forest.
Yeah, there's some fun stuff in there. I mean,
food is. Oh yeah.
We could do a whole show on that, man. That's some fun stuff. Like the fan pack birds are pretty wild. There goes Auto and Skull. Fair enough. But yeah, there's some wild stuff in there. It's good fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it makes the fun. We're always so desperate for every expansion to come out, and then we play it so much that it seems so dull after playing it. I don't know. Maybe I play too much, like 100.
We just want more birds, more birds.
We're never satisfied. As a real life birder, you can never be satisfied, whether in bird game or life bird game.
Exactly. All right, let's see what Bargoff is doing. Looks like wedge-tailed eagle food to me. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. Wedge-tailed eagle is such a great play here. Like, it hits this end of round, it hits next end of round. Puts him in a really strong position.
Yeah, are they? Oh yeah, they have the nectar, so they're not. Yeah, I think the wedge-tailed is
it's that or barn owl, and I think. Oh wow,
70
centimeter. Unfortunate. Yeah,
and
I don't know
the wedge-tailed.
What are you liking right now?
I think I'm liking Bargoff's board. I think they're in a better position for all these end of rounds. They have the wagtail. They've got all the engine birds. They're hitting on their they're racking up bonus card points here.
Yeah, I think it's always hard to vote against the wagtail player. I think these teal play and other birds just set the points floor so high. Like, even if you draw like absolute garbage, you can just still make a game of it.
Yeah.
And they have much better than garbage birds in hand. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. But where do you put the wedge-tailed eagle? Sometimes it's like difficult when you have birds that can go anywhere, because where do you put them?
Yeah, that's a great question. You got to put it in your strongest habitat. I think you want to give this bird as many opportunities to proc as possible. So which habitat are you going to activate the most over the next 2 rounds? And it looks like I mean, there's any habitat could work with this, right? Like, I think there's an argument to put it in any of them at this point.
I agree. Really, you might be looking at a habitat that you want to get your columns filled so you can get extra resources. So whether that you want, it looks like they want extra cards. They want to get to those 3 cards. Maybe try to put down the puffin and start drawing more.
Yeah, makes sense.
Not really sure, but they put it in the wetlands.
Over on Nasta's side, I think she's got some incredible stuff in hand. Like, there's a great horned owl lying in wait. There's a black-tailed godwit. This bush tip will get a couple tucks as well. Like there's stuff to be doing. So it's going to be difficult for her to get everything into the game, mostly because she's limited on food. But she's got some good stuff. So if you can get it in, we have a pretty close game on our hands, and we shouldn't forget about this magpie lock either.
Well, Nasta just picked up the carrion crow, and if that's a last turn put down, that's gonna overshadow all of the predators that Bargoff is putting on his board.
Will it though? It is round 3, so that's only it will only be if Bargoff doesn't play any more, then it's only +4. But we know that he has Falconer. So he probably will end up playing this Ritual Horde. So this Carrion Crow could be a sneaky good play here.
I think so. If there's also the possibility that 2 more go down. Like if
this Sparrowhawk is also quite interesting, I think, here, because I think if you keep hitting this wetlands, you're going to have surplus cards. The Sparrowhawk is a very decent play. 7 points, no cost, effectively.
It also, I mean, they're both also fighting for the end of round, although it's not much of it's a pretty one-sided fight. But I agree. I think Bargoff goes for the Sparrowhawk, but I think it's gonna bite him in the butt if this Carrion Crow goes down, because if there's 4 down at 4 predators at the end of this round, that's gonna make that Carrion Crow
very strong.
Very strong. Ooh.
And okay, leaving
Predator
the Sparrowhawk
too small.
Leaving the Sparrowhawk, but picked up the Inca Dove. Oh no, there we go. Pick it up from the coot. There we go. But yeah, this Inca Dove has got great synergy with all this other stuff going on. Like, it's another +1 across all of these platform nest birds, of which there are already 4. There will probably be 5, maybe 6 by the time that comes into the game. That could be a mega play towards the end. I don't think they need to use it for tempo either, so they can really maximize the value out of it.
Yeah, I love it when the Inca Dove does well. I feel like it's kind of one of the forgotten lay eggs across all your whatever nest birds.
It's because it's only worth 2 points. It got the raw end of the deal. In comparison to our friend Says Phoebe, which is a big old 5 points food web expert bird.
Yeah, and that would be quite the bird for Nasta to pick up right now.
Yeah, I agree. It'd be good for either of them. Also, I think Nasta probably considered this Emerald Dove, but honestly, you got enough good stuff in hand. Like, I don't think taking the turn to pick that up eclipses some of the other stuff going on. So
I'd pick it up with my Godwit if I get the chance.
Yeah, I think that given the opportunity, I think you should do that. I agree. But yeah, no, they've got so much good stuff in hand. As I mentioned a while ago, the challenge is just getting it all into the game and thinking about what this Magpie Lark is going to be playing. Looks like it probably will be this I can't, was it the Bunting or the Longspur? I forget which one that she has. Or is it the Prairie Chicken? No, Bargoff had the Prairie Chicken.
It's the Longspur.
Longspur, yeah. Looks like it's probably
the Prairie Chicken was in Bargoff's opening hand.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was, So
it's too many 5-point grasslands bonus birds.
Oh yeah, there are. Actually, I'm not going to complain about too many ever.
Speaking of fan packs, there's some really fun bonus birds in that fan pack, man. Like, lots of wild, fun interactions there. Probably terrible competitively, but they're super fun.
Oh yeah, my main group that I play with. He moved across the country, and so I have all these great new birds.
Oh no!
And I've played so much more than my wife. She doesn't like playing with me anymore because I always win. So
oh no, I feel that.
I'm in need of I'm in need of some playtime with them.
Soon. All right, looks like we have Bargoff taking his obligatory egg turn. in deep contemplation around whether or not to throw a card here, and I think that's justified. Sparrowhawk will probably take a card. The Barn Owl is like actually okay to play because of Falconer. So yeah, skips the egg. Makes sense. It hurts, but it makes sense.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna check in with the chat here, and we're gonna ask them whose board they think is better at the
Ooh.
nearing the end of round 3. There's not a ton of birds down for either player. There's only 8 turns left in the game.
Yeah.
Crazy.
There's going to be an explosion of birds. There's going to be both players going to be playing. Ooh, Nestbox Builder is not the bonus card for this board. Unfortunate.
No. I think that dove is about to get picked up. Yeah.
Nap that dove up. I do not know if she has time to play it. It's going to be tough.
No.
I think as soon as you see this red-shouldered hawk, you must be thinking to yourself, I have to play this carrion crow. Like, you do not play red-shouldered hawk this late into the game unless you have, like, Falconer or Rodentologist.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, it's already... And there's potential for another one to come down. It could get 5 caches. Like, that's crazy.
Exactly. Like, if you're looking at your opponent's board, you're like, yes, they have Rodentologist or Falconer. That probably means they're going to play more Predators. I think you've got to be thinking that this carrion crow is big value.
Yeah, but you can't do the carrion crow and a bird that eats rats or fish.
I don't think you can contend with this. Oh, is she currently missing? Oh no. Oh, that's so awkward.
Yeah, so I think they should have passed on the Asian Emerald Dove and got the Godwit down next turn, and then they would have had the food to play, say, the Great Horned Owl and the Carrion Crow.
Yeah, oh, that's so unfortunate. It looks like she's contemplating and working through that problem right now. Like, you can see her taking the rats and then not taking the rats.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so complicated.
You could grab the rats, throw a card, and get a bug. And just wait one more turn to see what happens, because there's no way they can play. They've got fantastic. She's got fantastic.
Oh, wow.
Oh no, that hurts so bad. The carrion crow's gone. There could have been 6, maybe. I mean, there's so many predators that Bargoff could play here.
Yeah, no, it's so unfortunate. It's this at the end of round is pulling her in a different direction. Like, fair play, like playing this Great Horned Owl, like, just to qualify for end of round. Like, that's decent points, right? That's like what
Absolutely.
10-point play after egg cost or something. Like, that's equal to the carrion crow, and the carrion crow is a potential if they play more, right? So it's really hard to blame her for that, but yeah, really difficult situation, and just goes to show like how being food poor can really limit your options at the stage of the game.
Yeah, I think the trade-off came with that Godwit, which grabbing a crappy bonus card seems to have not really paid off.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
So we are grabbing some food. I think the puffin might be going down if a fish is grabbed.
Yeah.
Although we already have 2 fish, so I guess they just...
I think it's Sparrowhawk into puffin in some sequence. And then you have 2 really strong actions for the final round.
Yeah. We're changing the food somehow.
We're changing the food. All right. I'm not sure what else you take here. You want to take the rat. Interesting. Oh, I guess you want to... Okay, so that says to me that he wants to play this Barn Owl in the next round. Because he doesn't need the extra fish, because you're going to spend the nectar on the puffin. And like I said, I think it's going to be the Sparrowhawk. Like, I think it makes too much sense to play it here. Like, you have a column for a forest, column for wetlands. You're very happy going into the last round.
Yeah, this is a strong board, and the audience is also mostly voting Oh, actually, completely voting on Bargoff's board here. I think there's just too
The
much
lag
going
count
on
pressure.
to overpower
Forest
this.
Ranger.
Yeah,
You take data analyst, right? I mean, that's yeah. Suddenly,
yeah.
there's Indian Vulture. Mm.
Oh my gosh, yeah, you're
Not being the
right.
game for bonus cards. This game, both players have really not found the stuff that they really wanted.
So I guess that means, yeah, they're just trying to figure out how to make that work.
Yeah, that might push them away from the Sparrowhawk. Oh no, they're gonna go for this Barn Owl. Interesting.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
All right, they're like
Barn
announcing
Owl.
it. Hey, this is why. We
Okay,
understand, Bargoff. Thanks for showing us.
understood. I'm still surprised, but okay, understood.
Yeah, that is just crazy that if in a perfect world NASA had been able to get both the carrion crow and the great horned owl down,
Yeah,
that carrion crow would have been like a Benelli's eagle type point bomb.
it would have
Just
been like
totally crazy.
13 points or something silly like that. Yeah. Unfortunate, Wedge-tailed eagle
Just
is not
illegal.
doing the job today.
Nope. I think it's too late for that kookaburra, even though it is a predator. And the great blue heron is not great on this board either. It's no room.
Exactly. But yeah, I think surely now it must be. Well, actually, it must be eggs and then Sparrowhawk. Surely, egg, Sparrowhawk, food, vulture,
I think so.
something. Oh, then that's it. Yeah, and then Inkadove for the final play. That's a pretty strong game. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Nasta has to figure out which of these birds are going to get played. It's not.
Yeah, they've got quite the choice.
Can they get all four into the game? If they can get all four into the game, then I think Nasta's in a really good, like, she's doing what she needs to do, right? Like, her win condition, if it exists, is to get as many birds into the game as possible.
Yeah. I think so, actually, because the Magpie Lark can put down the Longspur or the
So,
Blue Throat.
my concern is food. It's not egg costs or anything. It's like, will she have enough food to be able to play 3 food cost birds?
It's going to be close. It's going to be really close. I think if this,
Yeah, you have to play
the
the
Warbler
warbler,
goes
yeah.
down, then we can get 1, 2, 3 more food. And that leaves us with
It
3.
might actually be whether or not Bargoff activates Count Raggy.
Yeah. Well,
It's
I
going to
think
be
they just
really
gained
close. Yeah.
I don't think we got a Count Raggy activation. Just barely. It was skipped over if I saw that right.
No, you're right. You're right.
I'm also surprised they didn't lay eggs to get the Sparrowhawk down in order to grab an extra food. But
Yeah,
food's not really a concern, I guess.
yeah. I'm not sure on the sequencing here for Bargoff, but they will be able to play everything by virtue of the fact that Indian Vulture and Sparrowhawk are like are literally free, and they already have the Inkadove food. So I think it's not the end of the world, but you know, maybe there's a tiebreaker and we need the extra food.
Always got to optimize.
Exactly.
But man, there's four more platform nests sitting in his hand. That's crazy.
But only
And there's
3 of
already
them will come in. I like the thing is that if Wagtail has a drawback, right? It is that you can only play 2 birds in round 4, and if the objective is play birds in round 4, you can only ever get 2. And so as long as Nasta can get 3 into the game, which I very much hope she can, that will help her a little bit as well. And yes, Jake Hizzle, this is the Iwi Double Knockout Grand Final, best of 3 for all the marbles. Winner takes all. This is game 1.
Yeah, so we'll have whoever loses will have a chance to redeem themselves. but I think getting all those birds in their hand down is going to be a stretch for Nasta, and I
Yeah,
think that puts the overall advantage in Bargoff's board.
I think you're right. I think Nasta can only play 2 more birds. I think. Um, I think you can take food. I think you can play this Emerald Dove, and then I think you have to lay eggs, which is unfortunate. I don't think you can play the Blue Throat and find some miracle. Um, yeah, it's one of these awkward games where just the timing and the lack of tempo in the forest concerning extra food has really worked against her the whole game.
Yeah.
But she's doing well to kind of maximize things like despite that. It's just a very difficult position to be in when your opponent has Wagtail, which allows them just effectively a free action. That free action accumulates.
Yeah. Hey, what did I say? I was recommending that Coppersmith Barbet. Not the best bird, not the most exciting bird, but it's food. And when you got eggs in your forest, you need a food bird, in my non-expert opinion.
It can really help, right? It can that early plus food can be really valuable in getting things going. But yeah, it is what it is. I certainly
also,
don't blame her for taking the gamble on the round 2 tray. I think definitely worthwhile.
Yeah, so it looks like
Goodbye,
Blue
Blue
Throat's
Throat.
not going down.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, if only she had a little bit more food. Could have
Yeah, it's so awkward as well because like both her plays want to be in grasslands, and she's already winning the grasslands nectar, and I think she can safely say that she will win the grasslands nectar this game.
Yes,
but
that's what
wish
Bargoff was thinking about on his last turn. Was really thinking, do I discard an egg for a nectar?
Yeah,
and he took quite a while to decide that, and went with getting the nectar that wasn't really needed, but it's not gonna matter. So
yep, worthwhile. Getting this Vulture into the game, getting those extra 2 points from Grassland Data Analyst, you love to see it.
What? Let's see. Nest box, food web,
and Wildlife Gardener. So this long spur is unfortunately the wrong 5-point Grasslands bonus bird. Really, she wants the painted bunting. Well, that extra little point there to take that over to meet the lower bound on that.
I'm just wondering. I don't think Bargoff's going to get any points off of the Indian Vulture if I'm looking right.
He'll get food web at least.
Oh, you know what? Food web. There is food web. Okay, you're right. And I think Inca Dove is actually small enough to hit the lower bound for Wildlife Gardener.
Do you think Passerine? Wildlife is Bowl Nest, and yeah, he will hit the lower bound on Wildlife Gardener for she's got 4 Bowl Nests. Yeah.
Okay. Bowl Nests.
And at worst, you can always take the food web expert to flex.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think it's going to be. I do think there's a big advantage here for Bargoff.
Yeah, and it's a shame because I think if Nasta was able to get all those birds in the game, I think she's got a chance. And just a bit unlucky on those bonus draws with the Godwit, but we'll see how it all shakes out because we have final 10 players. This is going to be a massive Inca Dove. How many eggs is going to be? 9 eggs off this Inca Dove. That's
9. I don't think I've ever gotten a 9-point Inca Dove.
That's pretty nice.
The scores aren't crazy. Bargoff's score at least isn't very crazy.
Yeah, it hasn't been a super high scoring game. Neither player had a lot of good draw power, and that always limits you significantly. So, at least there wasn't an imbalance, so both players had stuff to work with. And oh wow, that's so unfortunate. Ouch. I mean, the prudent decision here is you take neither, just in case the Vulture can copy them. Yeah, it's
one of the few times that you.
Yeah. 4-point wildlife. That is, yeah. Nasta has been so unbelievably unlucky on these bonus cards.
Yeah,
So
that's a long
unfortunate.
list of duds,
Yeah.
and that'll do it.
He did very well on bird points. It's just there's a big gap in the bonus cards, and I think that's going to be the undoing here.
Yeah, everything
And
else is pretty even except for those bonus card
there
points.
it
That's pretty
is.
much the difference. Yikes.
Game one
Well
goes to
done to both
Bargoff.
players.
Just a little bit better bonus luck, and maybe we able to get a 1 or 2 more birds into the game. Maybe that carrion crow just didn't quite work out, but such is a game with a low amount of tempo. Very difficult decisions that consistently need to be made. Alright, so that is game one of the Iwi double knockout. We'll check in with our players and make sure they need a break or anything.
And I believe I have a relief commentator. So, Plexa, it was a pleasure. Thank you for...
Yeah, likewise, Bunny. I appreciate it. Always fun commentating with you.
Best of luck to the players in their remaining games.
Yeah, we're going to hand over to Aquanaut and Lowfat.
Hey y'all, how's it going?
It's good.
I don't see Lowfat, so maybe I'll just stick around. That's okay. Well, if you don't mind, Aquanaut.
Yeah, not at all. How's it going? What's up, everyone? Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Great job, Plexa and Nemo.
Thank you. I'm always excited for Grand Finals of Wingspan. It's always a good time.
So it looks like we're going to jump right into game 2 here. They're just sorting out Elo, and then we'll give Lowfat a minute or two, see if they'll pop in.
Yeah, we blazed through game 1 really fast. Both players playing at very fast speed. All right.
So we got Bargoff going first this round.
Yes.
Oh, I see a main duck in the tray.
No goal round 1.
Yeah. Oh, and a black-bellied whistling duck. Oh gosh.
Oh no. Oh wow.
Wow, I was right, bird girl. Oh gosh.
I haven't even seen
that's very
Bargoff's hand yet, but
I feel like sometimes I don't even pay attention to the whistling duck and the budgie that'll need to see. Yep. Oh man.
Hey, Lowfat's here. What's up, Lowfat?
Hey, Lowfat.
Hello.
Hey, Lowfat. We can hear you.
Hey, guys. Apologies. I've been struggling with my mic for the past 5 minutes or so.
Well, I'm glad you're here now.
All right, fantastic. Everybody can hear me?
Yes.
Heck yeah. All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Apologies for my delay.
Christ.
And my goodness, this tray just hits you with a punch.
Oh, when it rains, it pours. Oh my god, yes,
it
Loggy.
does.
You gotta take the Loggy. Where's Jenna when you need her?
Of course.
Yeah, okay. This is straightforward here. I think it's... Oh man. Interested to see what the bonus cards are, but that tray is gnarly plus this hand.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward here. I mean, that red jungle fowl and that raven, yeah. A little osprey maybe for some card draw, but my goodness.
Oh man. Yeah, I would honestly think about the osprey here too, because you're getting a wheat and a food, but I don't know if you want to be handing out.
I'm actually a fan of the osprey. You play that down in your wetlands, you go a card heavy, and as long as you're keeping that rat, you are good to go.
Yeah. It's full. No, that's true, because I think that the challenge with main duck, and especially in Oceania, is that you get pulled in so many different directions, and I feel like there's a case to be made for every single habitat here. I assume that jungle fowl is going to go in the wetlands though, so you build out a little bit and you can discard that egg and keep those numbers low on that. Common raven, yeah, keep it, because if you have the jungle fowl, then you don't need to really be working at all in the grassland.
Now, the question, would you ever spin the nectar to, snatch up that main duck and potentially prevent the whistling duck as well from your opponent?
Oh yeah, I think if you're Bargoff, you're using your nectar to grab the whistling duck and the main duck first round, no question about it. Especially if you're not taking the osprey for the extra food gen. Even if you're not going to spend the main duck wheat on the whistling duck activation, then I think you fully, no question about it, take both of those with the nectar.
I think it's a pretty straightforward keep for Bargoff. Let's see what Nasta be having in her hand.
Especially when you keep the whistling duck with the cost being 2 wheat and the main duck being wild food, you don't really need to take food like Plexa has pointed out. You don't need to take food if you're taking that main duck or the whistling duck too, because the main duck's gonna give you the food for it.
Very true. Because after you put that raven down, you're not touching that forest for the rest of the
No.
game. Especially as it is a no goal. Recall that every round will now get an extra turn. And that's an extra turn of grassland activation or an extra bird played. So you really don't want to be spending any time up in the forest as Bargoff.
Hmm. I don't know if you heard a
And
cat meow in the back.
he
We have a
he
third commentator who just joined us.
oh.
Janet the cat has arrived.
Hello, Janet the cat. I'm gonna hear a meow in a second. All right, Nasta's starting hand.
Okay,
Gotta say, not as great, not as great.
not as great. Oof, I feel like you take Sandpiper here, maybe an extra card to throw an egg, uh, to get something on the Piper, so you got an extra card draw happening there and an egg ready to go whenever. Other than that, I think it's okay. Omni's fine. I would take Omni over Sandpiper here, even though there are no Omni birds available to her.
I'm sure she'll have to find some digging.
Oh yes, common Sandpiper, to be clear. I wouldn't take Spoon-billed Sandpiper out of
I
this
was going
starting
to
hand.
say,
Yes.
I know there is that high level play of playing the Sandpiper immediately and forcing your opponent to, decide, hey, do I want to keep the food or do I want to keep these cards?
Right. Right.
They might be thinking the same thing. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, because if I'm Bargoff, I'm not getting rid of anything in my hand, especially when you're keeping the Raven. Okay, turn 1. I think it's discard Nectar. Yeah,
Yeah, gotta prevent this,
right.
or gotta actually utilize it yourself.
And the Saren and the Blackbird, I don't think are great options for Nasta. Only maybe the Blackbird for the Omni cost, but
Yeah, in case you do end up drawing a bunch of cards. Although starting out with the Spoon Build Sandpiper, I don't expect excellent card draw. And here we go,
mhm.
forcing
Right.
your opponent to make that decision. Hey, am I gonna keep this food or these cards or skip this activation? Would you ever skip a free bonus card?
I think yeah, for tempo, I think Bargoff needs to here. It's tempting to get it, but they're gonna see so many cards. I don't know if it's worth it to sacrifice tempo because then he's spending an extra turn taking food to try to get this duck down.
True that. True that.
Interesting
Now,
that
the
that they
rat giving up the rat.
well,
It,
not
it,
even that. I think that you for the main duck, I would have paid the worm and the rat there because then I have an extra wheat and I get the duck down this turn sooner.
potentially wants to keep that worm. We'll see if that red
Oh,
jungle
for the
fowl
jungle
does go
fowl.
down. Yeah, it does go down in the
Because
wetlands.
eggs are a little bit more of a priority than the tucks. I do see that.
All right, and that tray was no good. Nasta
Ugh,
resets. Uh, that desert wheat eater, looks very good.
yes.
Yeah, gotta take that. I mean, Nasta doesn't know, but that right there is key to a grasslands engine for Bargoff. A tasty Planeswander.
Yeah,
Great
I don't
bonus
think you
play at
keep.
the end of the game.
Yeah, I don't think you keep Moorhen here. I think that's the right call.
Yep, yep. Wow, and it looks like Nasta is going to go ahead and settle for that Desert Weedier. Would you keep searching for something better or settle for a Weedier?
I think the Weedier makes sense because you're gonna get one food, high chance of getting the common sandpiper food, and you're getting the egg to play it. You'll also get an egg on the sandpiper. You can just spend the Weedier egg, or the second egg rather, if you put them both on the sandpiper, for example, and then you can start digging with sandpiper 2. I see a why not start with the jungle fowl. I think Bargoff didn't start with the jungle fowl here just because he wanted to get the food gen going.
For sure. Don't want to be touching that forest up top. And if you're able to draw cards, get rid of the crummy cards and generate some passive food, that's going to help play that Whistling Duck or the Chihuahuan Raven. But I do agree, tossing that mouse early on, he's going to have to hit up the forest. So eventually, forest activation was going to be necessary at the play of this order of play.
Oh, nice. Nasta gets the worm for the common sandpiper.
Red jungle file down in the wetlands for Bargoff. Pretty straightforward. Gonna keep on digging. And a common sandpiper coming down for Nasta. Just a little bit more card draw. She needs to see something right now. Not great direction on her end. Ooh. Big bonus birds for Bargoff. Gotta keep a GIB. Works so well with his bonus card. Large birds. But I'm sure he'll find something even better with that. Very true, very true. Looks like Bargoff continues to draw.
That's going to be a lot of stuff tucked under the main deck.
Yeah, nothing great. You actually want to be drawing not great cards. If you
Yeah.
draw 2 amazing cards, now you have to make the decision. And sometimes I like with 500 plus bird cards, give me one good one bad one, so I can tuck the bad one. Like that Kereru, that can go.
Okay, Brolga, I don't think you. Oh, I like the Bobolink pickup. Because that's a ton of ground nests down on Nasta's board right now.
That would be at least 4 ground nest for sure. An American crow. Ooh. Just the building blocks are coming together.
Oh, geez, yeah. I'd say take that, abandon the Raven. No more Raven. But then the crow's
Yeah,
gonna
'cause
help you discard eggs too.
for sure. And you haven't really found anything amazing to go in the grasslands.
Oh
And
no!
then
Wait! No,
no,
Bargoff.
come back, come back. So for our viewers, no, don't get me wrong that the Chihuahuan Raven is a fantastic bird, but it can't live by itself in the grasslands, and
Right.
you got to keep on digging. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is a no gold game, and there's gonna be a lot of drawing. But that American crow would have been really nice in the wetlands. You could.
I'm really interested to hear what the thought process on this. I hope that didn't come up, Michael. I hope that didn't come up as too judgmental. It's just like one of those
No,
very
no.
interesting decisions here.
You and I we're looking at a strong wetlands being created, and that crow would have been a nice.
Yes.
So hey, maybe
Not
we'll
to,
see like a Gala or something come out,
yeah,
and
full
we'll be
pivot
those
into the
silly.
grasslands.
Yeah, we'll be the silly ones.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that like Kookaburra took or Nasa picked up a lot of good birds that I think really would have benefited Bargoff's wetlands. You know, that black-headed gull,
Mhm.
the to pull whatever Nasa's pulling from the wheat ear. Um, that Kookaburra would have been great for some more food gen, especially now that the crow's gone. I'm the crow is both good for food gen and for clearing off egg space on the jungle fowl, right? Because there's a point at which if you build up to 4 cards in this wetland, if you don't find something like the Outowin's gull that Scared was saying we should look for, or
Mhm.
a yellow throat or Savi's, then you're filling up on egg space and you're not going to be able to take advantage of that jungle fowl.
Very true. All right, and looks like you have to end up getting that rat here for that Raven play. Looks like they are going
I also
for
think
it.
the Raven is double not good in this situation just because you're then adding more eggs onto your board and reducing the
Mhm.
likelihood. You're making it harder for you to activate that jungle fowl.
One would hope that the grassland is activated not as frequently,
Hmm.
because right now that food that you're getting from the grassland is being used to play what? Nothing amazing has been drawn just yet. And now that a black-headed gull goes down, maybe he's extra reluctant. Maybe we'll see.
Right.
I think he, he's definitely gonna want to play something just to make sure that specific food does not get stolen.
I'm also
There,
interested that I was thinking that the whistling duck could have gone down a little earlier, but I don't think he's not activated the wetlands yet, so maybe not. The
I think he'll
the
be going
black-headed gull is
down
going to be good defense for
next.
this
Yes,
Raven.
for sure. So we do see the Raven going down. We might see that whistling duck go down as well, just to counter that black-headed gull.
Hmm.
Um, Try to get to zero food as soon as possible. I don't
This
see
is actually,
Raven activation
yeah.
anytime soon. Which again is just kind of like head scratching uh, to why the Raven went down. Unfortunately, nothing amazing coming from Nasta's digging. Kind of
No,
curious that forest outlet, Northern Harrier, these great engine birds just kind of staying in the tray. Both players are dedicated to their engines, but those are great engine birds. Understand that the forest outlet, no one's going in the forest, understood. But that Northern Harrier, it can garner some great points.
yeah. It's a good low point bird to if you're not really generating a ton of food unless you're um, taking that or you're making those Raven activations. I think it's a good bird to help build out that wetland, get to that 3 card draw slot in that final column. Also interested to see what Bargoff doesn't have a bird that qualifies for this end of round goal yet. Obviously, there's the bustard, but that doesn't get him anything so far. So I wonder if he's going to draw a little bit, maybe throw some eggs here to get a little bit more draw, see if he can pull something to qualify for this. Because Nasa's got some good options. She even has this gray leg goose, which I feel like I'd be hesitant to play this early if you're looking for more brown powers in that wetland. But
For sure.
this to me kind of is shaping up into a board that's less so of an engine in the wetlands for Nasta, but more of a let's generate some big point birds through drawing. But you do need the food to support those.
For sure. And I think that's what we'll see. You never want to activate the black-headed goal and give your opponent nectar, but that may be what's about to happen
Yes.
in order just to generate that food. There we go.
Not surprising, I think that Nasta picked up the woodcock, given that she's got the food for it already. It's a big point bird. Help her qualify for that, and or help her build out that underground. No, yeah, Plexa. Nasta's got a lot of big point birds in her hand. Lots of options, lots of extras to discard for food. So,
Yeah,
definitely
yep,
one to watch. I think there's potential there.
for sure. Meanwhile, Bargoff's going and creating this engine, but I feel like it's not really achieving its full potential. No seeds to be gathered, so this whistling duck is a little starved, uh, and that may be the case every time you get a seed. Uh, if I'm Nasta, I'm stealing that. Now, Nasta's got so many high point birds. Uh, And I was just about to ask, what do you really focus on? The end of round, try to beat that bonus or try to get that those bonus points, or do you focus on building this engine? Looks like with the American Woodcock going down, and she's trying to do well on this end of round.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this may be controversial. Is Bargoff considering throwing away the puffin?
Ooh. Yeah, I think, it's gonna be really difficult to get the food for that puffin. It would take 2 Chihuahua and Raven activations to get it, but I don't think that's worth it in terms of return on investment in terms of turns.
I
It also
agree.
doesn't qualify for large bird, so.
Right. At this point, I believe Nasta, gaining food and getting these big point birds. Big point birds is the way to go. Both folks right now, they have a really good board development. Um, I don't know, in if you were seeing these boards, which one would you rather be playing as?
I don't know. I like the Grackle, I think is a good pickup here, like swiftly. Oh, and the Stork too, big draw. Omni Grackle. I know it's we're diverging a little bit from your question, but um I like the options that Nasta has because I think that, obviously we're about to wrap up round 2, get into our end point. I think there's a lot more potential in Nasta's hand where, she's got this foundation, you can just kind of set up, grab all the food you can, you've pushed out the forest to where you can get 3 at a time. There's an option here if you want to put that stork in the grackle with all these cards that you've picked up in the grasslands, you're getting food from that wheat ear. That's an option. I think she has to make some decisions the next couple of turns to where she wants to go. But whereas I think unless Bargoff picks up some really good grassland options, you just need to run this wetlands, right? You need to run it so that you're getting your maximum amount of points out of it. So in an ideal world, you're getting 5-ish points in activation, but it all depends on what your hand generates, like what cards you draw, what cards you want to get rid of. But
And
there's a
again,
lot of points in Nasta's hand.
for sure. And this black-headed gold is going to throw a wrench and in Bargoff's engine because every time your one and only seed gets stolen and there's no seeds in the tray, that's 2 less points for the whistling duck. So
Mhm.
yeah, right now this engine at its full potential is 4, 5, 6, 7 if the Harrier hits. So meanwhile, Nasta, she's got a very established gain food, play these big point birds, and looking forward to seeing a couple of these birds like the white stork and that grackle getting played.
Yeah.
Now,
At least,
Chiff Chaff getting does
what do you
that
think
ever
about
get
this
played
one?
down? I personally do not think it's the way, right?
Yeah,
Because
I agree.
you do not have the card draw to support a Chiff Chaff. Most of your cards are already going to the main duck, and if you want to be scoring on this large bird specialist, which might be a poop shoot now, I don't know. If you are gonna play it, you got to get it down ASAP. But it really only increases your engine by 1 point.
Right. I think that if you had, Savvy's, Yellow Throat, something like that, auto ends to really generate those extra cards, even if, you're getting to the point where you have to get everything out of your hands, so you don't have to discard something with the Yellow Throat. Think that like makes the Chiff Chaff more viable, but you just don't have the cards to max it out here. I don't even think it's worth putting in the forest because Bargoff doesn't want to be activating the forest.
For sure. Is it true? Oh my goodness, I just realized that Raven
Oh,
has gone down. No Raven activations
no.
whatsoever.
And then a couple of good points in the chat. So I forgot that Nasta has the Kookaburra. Thank you, Michael, for that. So that's more food. Nasta's got a setup where she can get resources in off habitat or off resources in habitats, and 2 of the 3 that she's got. She's got Kookaburra in there. And then the other point, you play the Bustard, which that would have been able to max out what could be the only bonus card Bargoff pulls this game because it's the 6th large bird. I forgot that jungle foul is a little bigger. And you could have scored on this end of round, but Bargoff will be missing that if he goes through with this activation.
A lot to think about here, whether he wants to chuck this Chiff Chaff, that Canada Goose in another world.
All right,
Looks like he decides
Nasta or Bargoff went through with the
tuck.
planned turn with the discard of the Cold Tip, Canada Goose, and Chiff Chaff. So
Yes. 0 points for that in the round, unfortunately. Here we see Golden Pheasant in the tray, which could resolve some egg issues for Nasta.
also setting her up for a ridiculous bobolink if she continues putting all these ground nests. Yeah, I think Bargoff should take the pheasant here. I think Nasta needs to not draw cards. I think she needs to just start accumulating food, get some stuff down in the grasslands like that stork, that Kookaburra. Bargoff here drawing a lot of stuff that I think is just going to end up underneath that main duck.
Yes. Low point birds this late in the game. Not the way.
Lots
Yeah.
of nectar in that feeder.
And that's what she needs. Is she needs to some of these she needs to generate a lot more food to play down these big point birds.
Yes.
And so forest development incoming. Maybe a grackle goes down somewhere to generate those eggs while gaining other resources.
Yeah, I think stork's probably Nasta's next play here.
In that grasslands?
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
Because you're going to need a lot of eggs and a lot of food to start getting these birds down.
We see Bargoff continue to draw some big point birds, trying to find something to fill that last slot. Although it's not necessary as he is getting
Frigate
three
bird, that's Frigate
birds.
bird, right? That 9-pointer. Yes. Okay.
Correct.
That's a good option, I think, for Bargoff here to help clear out eggs. But yeah, like once he fills out that 5th slot.
I would assume he'd want to put down a point generating bird, but he's just not finding it. And at a certain point, you're going to get less returns for whatever you put down in that 5th slot. So a big point bird might have to be the play. All right. Now, what are we going to see go down?
Stork. Oh, this is great.
Bobolink.
Actually, yes. Because that reduces
Yeah.
then the amount of time she's going to have to take eggs. I completely forgot. I was expecting that bobolink to go down way later, but that's a
Likewise.
massive activation. 6
Yeah,
eggs.
huge tempo. Because
Or
now
5.
instead of playing playing down a bird and laying eggs, playing down one bird that gets you egg, you save yourself a turn, which
Yeah.
we can see more food getting drawn for more big point birds getting played.
And builds her out to another column where she can start tossing some of these lower point cards that aren't going to end up on her board.
Spotted owl, interesting that's going in this early. And
Oh,
fantastic
enclosure
enclosure
builder.
builder.
Perfect.
Now she just needs the Malleofowl to come on out
Yeah.
as well. She'll
Or that
have her.
scrub fowl.
Yes. It looks like Bargoff is settling for the lesser frigate bird. And hey, that's gonna allow Nasta to get some additional food as well at the
Mhm.
cost of a valuable egg. I'm curious, we haven't seen this grackle come on in, or this white stork. You gotta play these omnivore birds and
Yeah.
really hammer it out. Now that Bargoff has closed off his wetlands, these jungle fowl eggs are going to have to be scrapped over. That frigate bird's gonna be doing just a trick.
That black-headed gull does real psychological damage in these situations because I can tell Bargoff's looking at these cards to see what food he should take, given that there's a chance that that gull steals stuff. But I genuinely don't see Nasta doing much more drawing of cards with what she's got in her hand.
For sure, I agree. Actually, going down into the wetlands, when you have over 10 cards with a lot of fluff to chuck, you want to be activating that grasslands with your stork in it to see new cards. But still, the specter of the black-headed gull will, ink all of Bargoff's decisions with this frigate bird.
Kind of like when you're at a hockey game and they're tied up in the end and you're like, oh, I want them to go into overtime to give us more hockey. I kind of want a game 3, I want us to have some more wingspan today.
For
So
sure.
rooting for both, obviously, because these are really talented players to make it to the end of this tournament. But I'd like to see some more wingspan. So pulling for Nasta here.
Likewise. Wetland engines, though, they get activated, and you kind of forget how big those scores really get until you're at
Yeah.
the very end of the game and see how many tucks did I have? All right, and looks like Bargoff might be, keeping that wheat so we can see some birds getting played. Definitely see multi two birds getting played in the grasslands. Maybe you know the bluebird and the Indian bustard combination.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how either player's doing on this in the round. Two,
Is
three, four for
Freylag
Bargoff.
right facing? I don't know.
Shoot. Here,
I don't think I play Greylag Goose here though.
I
She
wouldn't
needed another
either.
food. Yeah.
It is left facing.
Okay.
Nasta getting some more delicious food. And I have to assume we're gonna see two birds getting played. Oh. Interesting not to throw an extra card there. So I think she's decided that all of that food is everything she needs. So can definitely see the stork and one other bird getting played down.
So Nasta's at 66 points here. Try to get you guys a score update on Bargoff's board when we see that next. Obviously, that's going to be a little bit different before the end of this round with the likely larger plays that are coming out here. Is Oriole right facing or is it left facing? I think it's left, if I remember correctly.
The Baltimore Oriole?
Yes.
I want to say it's left.
Okay. Oh, BioWeaver. I didn't even see Bargoff pull that. That's
Yeah.
a bummer, but I still don't
Yeah,
think he
I
has the
know.
card draw to support that, even if it went down.
For sure. And then
Maybe at
you
this
would
point
have
with everything
egg
in his hand.
issues,
Yeah.
and it can't generate enough cards. It's essentially just a bush tit when you think about it with that main duck. But we see more food being gathered from that frigate bird. And yes, with the skipping of the whistling duck for a second time, we'll be at 5 food for Bargoff, and we can assume we'll see the bluebird and bustard play come on down. Yeah, and Nasta skipping over frigate bird option.
Makes sense given her eggs. Ooh.
Wow, did you expect
Flicker.
this one? A northern
No.
flicker.
And it's right facing technically, even though that flicker is pointed way up to the sky there on this card. It is a right facing bird.
And that's a
Um,
great reason why myself
that was-
and the chat were wondering why not throw an extra card for food. Boom, you're not. You see a 4 worm
4 worms.
tray. Yeah, you're gonna want to keep that bird feeder intact. And here we go, Bargoff with the bluebird buster play to make a push for this end of round. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right facing birds that might.
Swiftly, you got to share that joke with the class now. You can't just, say it on the thing. Let's hear it. Unless it was
Hopefully,
just a, yeah.
yeah. And that double play probably took Anasta a surprise
Mm-hmm.
because now her getting down that stork, we're only seeing 4,
No, she's got 5.
5 right facing birds. So
Oh, yeah,
Bargoff,
but Bargoff's got
yeah,
6. Okay.
yeah, that double play seals him at the end of round. All right, into the last round, y'all, and here we go.
All
With
right. What do these
some,
endgames look like for these respective players?
I think it's the big point plays for Anasta, and it's just drawn birds for Bargoff. She's hoping to find something more impressive than a 9-point Baltimore Oriole. She needs some bonus cards. But with that ecologist, you're gonna want to be forced into playing a grassland bird into a wetland bird.
Mm-hmm.
And while still keeping a fair amount of food for that end of round. Meanwhile, Bargoff, he's gonna be struggling holding that food. So he might only keep the 1 at the very end in order to qualify.
What bonus card did Nasta pull with the spotted owl again? Because I know she's got omnivore ecologist. Oh, we're gonna see
And
it. We're gonna see it.
rectangle
Enclosure. Oh yeah,
enclosure,
right.
yes.
Bubbling.
The maxed out enclosure.
Yes.
Yeah. Plexa in the chat expecting a Benelli's to come out of Bargoff's.
Thanks, Michael.
It looks like a egg laying going on, potentially to get some food for what plays exactly, I'm not sure, or trying to qualify for this end of round.
Maybe Minivet into Great Horned Owl.
Potentially.
Oh, he's taking a wheat, probably for the duck.
Yes.
So that is a 2-point 2-point wheat he pulls there.
I can see that small minibet and
Grackle
that
going down for
that's I was expecting that to go down a lot earlier
yes.
before the northern flicker, but Hey, that Northern Flicker play assumes that there's no more food to be gathered from Nasta's board. Meanwhile, I can't recall the large bird specialist. Has it been maxed yet?
Yes, it has been maxed.
Okay,
And then Bargoff got 6 points off the Bustard with it.
there
This
we
Bustard
go.
maxed
So
it.
a Minivet into a Great Horned Owl. It's okay. I mean, it's a big point. It's more so than your Wetlands Engine is gathering, but I'm expecting for him to be hoping to see a nice, delicious bonus forest bird for that Minivet play at the very end.
We have Nasta at 87 points right now. We'll try to get y'all a score on Bargoff's board, but he hasn't really been looking up at that. I'm assuming because he's not really expecting to be competitive in Nectar or anything like that. It's gonna be close.
Another reason why we'll potentially see a Minivet play up top. You gotta at least qualify. That's an uh,
Right.
extra 2 points up there.
And technically, he could take two nectar again, tie in the forest for 4 nectar, but if Nasa's not taking any more food, oh, she's got a nectar there.
Yes, she's actually placing these eggs in her wetlands. So she's maximizing that frigate bird.
Right.
And then of course that's a wheat ear. Ah, such a difficult bird. Getting passive nectar like so.
No, you're not alone. I want to say wheat eater every time there too, because it does eat wheat and
Right?
it looks so close, and I'm like, wheat eater. No.
No, it's a wheat ear.
And it's because
All
their
right.
feathers, when they're extended like that, look like an ear of wheat, which I think is very cute and
Oh,
interesting.
interesting. Did not know that. This has been bird facts with
Oh yeah, with Aquanaut.
man, and
Jump for the wings and
looks
commentary, stay for the bird facts. Yeah,
for
blooming
sure.
warbler could be good.
In lieu of that horned owl.
And
And
there's the
man,
scrub
that
fowl
scrub
Nasta
fowl,
wanted.
right?
Yeah.
Just a card too short.
I like the hesitation before the Harrier activation. Like, please, bird gods, please give me an under 75 centimeter wingspan bird.
Yeah, that Harrier needs to, pick it up because right now the ducks are getting you 5 points. That jungle fowl egg is not being counted in your score because you're exchanging it for a food from the frigate bird. Frigate bird might actually be doing more damage because you're getting you're getting a player uh, food when they are food starved,
Hmm.
and now their frigate bird activations, boom, 3 nectar. So we'll see uh, that little penguin, or one hopes a bonus bird comes out. I definitely am going to see either the frigate bird or uh, I think the American bittern was that the other 7 point bird. So Nasta may be playing that grasslands one more time, hoping for a nice bonus wetland. Meanwhile, I think Bargoff might be in a decision point. Does he draw again, or does he go ahead and play what he's got? Looks like he's drawing again.
Swiftly, athletes are superstitious. I say this as one myself. So, we all got our little things that we do before important moments in games of any kind.
For sure, for sure. An
I don't
interesting
think
bit.
I know you
Yes.
mentioned Nasta waiting for a bonus bird, but I don't think she draws again. I think she plays Greylag uh or Oriole. Good pull. Oh, interesting. Oh, that was from earlier. Um how do we feel about getting a poll in chat on who we think's gonna pull ahead here? Quick poll, quick poll. Thinking game 2.
Yes, here we're seeing another egg playing. So this is what I was referring to. Hopefully the white stork shows us something better than the American bittern, and it does not. Uh, Inca Dove, yeah, is probably the best keep there. Even though there's no
I think that's more a
nestfuls.
deny than anything. I don't know how many points that's worth on Bargoff Sport at the top of my head, but there's a
Uh,
vulture there. I don't know if Bargoff picks this one up.
no. Here we're seeing that blue-winged warbler go down, and that's the play. It's less food, and in the end, you have to remember players gonna want to keep some food for that
Right.
end of round. So
Ooh, and Nasta ties the wetlands nectar with that penguin play also. So frigate bird maybe biting Bargoff in the butterbutt there.
yep.
The yellow rump warbler, haha, bird puns, woohoo.
And here we see the final tucks of the play that generates that seed. And there we go,
Ooh, okay,
126 for Bargoff. I'm telling you,
132.
those tucking engines, they just kind of spring at you. And
Right.
we
All
go,
right, we may have a little bit of a preview of the scores here, but we'll see how it goes in the final scores on Bargoff's board. Nastasiko with a lead in the bird points and the bonus cards. And the end of round
end of
goals.
rounds and
And
the
the eggs.
eggs. But then comes the
Here come
tucks.
the tucks.
And they
Oh,
skyrocket
and
Bargoff's
Bargoff takes game
favor.
2 and the tournament.
136 to 119. Congratulations, Bargoff. GG to both players.
Yeah. Great games, y'all. I'm gonna unmute. I'm gonna undeafen Bargoff and Nasta. So I can hear us. But yeah, great games both. It was super fun to watch and see all the decisions being made. Thanks, Scared. Do Bargoff or Nasta, either of you want to chat?
While we ask our players to see if they've got any commentary, some perspective from our end, gotta say that this game just goes to show you that while myself and Aqua were really like, oh yeah, Raven, let's go into the grassland. It's that wetlands tucking engine that really saves the day for Bargoff.
For sure.
Nasta doing a great job playing those big point birds, but in the end, a tucking engine, you just can't beat it.
Yeah, so yeah,
So
well,
Bargoff might want to chat. Great game, Bargoff. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
We were all curious in commentary about and in the chat about what was going through your head at a couple points. First off, with the Chihuahuan Raven decision, keeping that, and then second, the discard of the American Crow. So, any thoughts on either of those?
Yeah, so I had the Raven in my starting hand along with the Jungle Fowl,
Right.
and I didn't see the main duck or the whistling duck in the tray to start. So I was really surprised to see those, and those are just kind of a perfect combo together, along with a Jungle Fowl just to provide you with mostly everything you need. And I felt like I kind of had to keep the Raven just because it's a Raven, but I felt like I only used it once, maybe twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did see that it went down in round 2 and it did not get activated until round 3. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because like you say that you missed the main duck and the whistling duck in the tray at first, and I think that's the first thing we all caught a glimpse of it. I think Nasta's board loaded in first, and we caught a glimpse of it, and we were like, "Oh, all right, here we go." So interesting that like the decision was made there without seeing those in the tray. Yeah, Lowfat, you have a question for Nasta?
well, more so going back to Bargoff real quick, that food was always a limiting factor. We saw that American Crow hop in, and we're definitely assuming that's going into the The wetlands. Why discard it, or what was going through your mind?
I guess I never thought about putting it in the wetlands. Because I was only thinking grassland for Raven, and normally grassland, you kind of lean towards putting the crow in as well, and I just never thought about putting it in the wetlands, just because I was so sidetracked by the Raven is a better crow, but unfortunately I had the Chihuahuan Raven and didn't have the common Raven. But that is a good point, because I did play a related bird to the crow in the frigate bird,
Mhm.
but I just missed that. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And for you, Nasta, a question. I think the bird play that surprised us all was that northern flicker up top in the forest. I think it was a round 3 northern flicker. Can you go and explain your thinking there of playing that flicker?
Yeah, so I was considering it during the game at various stages just because I was also a little bit foot poor. And then I got all of those big point birds that are really expensive, of course. And also, there was this fourth and the round goal, which I knew I probably had was ahead on, but still. And then just the stray flip with the 4 worms in it. So I just decided that I'm gonna play it. I was also considering for another end of round goal with the beaks pointing right. So I was thinking whether I should play the stork and the wetland bird that had a beak pointing right. So that was my original decision. But then when I flipped this food tray with 4 worms, I was like, okay, then I can play stork and the flicker instead because they both had beak pointing right. So that was that was the idea there. Yeah, probably it wasn't needed because in the end I ended up laying eggs a lot and then getting food from the grassland bird. But that was the thinking there. Not sure. Maybe it was a mistake. But anyway, in this game, when I saw the opening tray, I was like, okay, well, that's it for me. With
Oh,
the 2 ducks and the in my starting head, I think was awful. So I think I did as best as I could with this start.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys
yeah, we
both
were
played
seeing
really
that.
fascinating games.
For sure. Halfway through, I inquired with Aqua, hey, which board would you rather have? And Nasta, your development was just so much higher than Bargoff's. But in the end, uh, when you're generating, 6, 7 points a turn with that wetlands, it's hard to compete. But you did a fantastic job there with the hand you were literally dealt.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, well, in the end, I was also generating 6 points in the grassland, but of course, that's not enough when your opponent has been generating all those points
Mhm.
way ahead of time. But yeah, no, but still, it was a great game, and I think, just a good development, as you say, from the hand that I had. But yeah, congratulations, Bargoff. Great run.
Yes, thank you very much. They were some great games, and I almost wish that we could have shown everyone the previous series that we played because we were in the
Right.
matchup prior where it was a 3-game series, and I think
Yeah, with
the
Fly Go
highest
Fly, yes.
uh
Or are you referring to
for
the
for this tournament actually we
Oh,
played
for
each
this
other
tournament?
in the round prior, and that was a
Yes.
3-game series, and I think the highest point differential was only like 8 points. They were all really close games.
Yeah, those were really close games. Also, sort of low scoring. So this final game that we played was a lot more fun. But there was a tough competition before. Yeah.
Yes, I
Well,
agree.
thank you both for spending some extra time with us and for 2 really great games. Gave everyone a good show, and it was really fun to commentate. So, thank you both for that.
Thank you for
Thanks
commentating.
Well, thanks
Mm.
everyone for
Yes,
joining
thank you.
us. It's been it's always amazing watching these 2 amazing players duke it out in multiple finals now. And so, congratulations again, Bargoff, and thank you to everybody who participated in the Ilwi double knockouts.
All right, take care, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Have a good one,
Thanks, bye.
everyone.